Bitcoin has exploded 36% to the upside, causing a ton of buzz in the industry. Everybody is getting incredibly excited about 30K, 35K, and even higher. But what if everyone is wrong? What if the facts and the charts are screaming that everybody is about to be surprised? In today's video, we're going to look at the facts and the charts and make a sound decision after compiling all of the most important facts happening right now. If you're new here, welcome in. My name is Steve, and on this channel, we do it differently. We stand out from the crowd. When they go left, we go right, and we base it 100% on the facts and the charts. Hit that subscribe button. You're gonna absolutely love it here, especially if you like facts and the charts. So in today's video, we've got a lot to cover. It's been an emotional roller coaster. Welcome to the crypto space. So we left off on this chart right here, and we've got a few other charts to cover, the most critical charts happening in crypto. But I wanted to say, because of all of this chaos happening, because there's so many questions being asked all over social media, Steve, what do you think about this? What do you think about that? What do you think about this? I'm gonna do an emergency bonus video on our email list, completely free on our email list tomorrow. So go to cryptocrewuniversity.com. You definitely want to scoop that up. Completely free, no hidden charges, bonus video. Go to cryptocrewuniversity.com, fill in your information here. I'm going to be covering this chart right here with this, what's happening right here on the monthly chart with its head peeking through here. I'm going to give my opinions there. Also, what's happening with our stochastic RSI and the 2-week peeking our head through there. I'm also going to be covering the latest on this cross happening here, as well as where I think prices are going to go. So completely free video, adding a ton of value to everyone on our email list. I told you I was going to show love to everybody on our email list. cryptocrewuniversity.com. That's a no-brainer. I'm doing you a huge favor. cryptocrewuniversity.com. Put in your stuff here. Now, I want to start with this chart. All right, we've got three things happening. We've got price action, major developments. Right in the middle of your screen, we have the RSI, major developments, and we have stochastic RSI, major developments. Let's start with price action. So you remember, months and months and months and months ago, we had this divergence, bullish divergence forming for 6 months. We're on the weekly chart, Bitcoin. 6 months forming bullish divergence while we were in our pressure cooker. And we said, look, don't be surprised if Bitcoin breaks out of this and tests this red line. This red line is the most critical level in all of Bitcoin. It played a critical role in every single bear market Bitcoin has ever had. It's the 200-week MA. Now, we did break out of that, and we did start heading up towards our red line. We said not to be surprised when we're heading up, but 2 months ago, as we were approaching our red line, we said right here in this channel, Bitcoin showing weakness. We're printing smaller candles as we approach the most critical level in Bitcoin. You probably remember that. I said it like a robot in every single video. Right here on this channel, don't be surprised if Bitcoin rallies up to this red line. Why? Because that's the most critical line in Bitcoin. A lot of people, once we got up to 24, 25K, the high majority of surveys out there were people saying that the next big move for Bitcoin was going to be up 25, 26, 30, 32K. Now, that's what the high majority of people were saying when we got up there. But we were looking at the candles right here on our channel, and we said, look, as candles get smaller as they approach a major level of resistance, it's a bad sign. It's a sign of weakness. Just be careful because Bitcoin is showing weakness, plain and simple. So we actually fell from that level and we pivoted down here to about 21K. And then we battled back up. But we showed weakness once again, and we pointed it out right here in this channel with these large wicks, right? We had these large selling wicks coming in. At the same time, we had a double top in our RSI, and we just said, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but Bitcoin is showing very, very strong weakness. And at the same time, we were forming bearish divergence, which we'll get to in a second on this chart right here. We were forming bearish divergence for quite a while. So we said, look, bearish divergence formed with these huge selling wicks, formed with a double top in the RSI. things are not looking good for Bitcoin. And Bitcoin fell from about 25.2K all the way down to 19.5K. And everyone's like, holy crap, what just happened? If you follow our channel, you were well aware of what was happening. So if you're new here, make sure you subscribe right now so you don't miss these major moves. Now, here's the cool thing. When we went down in price, right, you can see this candle. Draw your attention to this candle right here. Do you know what this candle is? This candle is a very powerful candle. It's found by tradition at the bottom of downtrends, and it signals the trend reversal of that prior trend. So what does that mean? That means we had major weakness up here in Bitcoin. We had these large selling wicks. We had a double top in the RSI. We plummeted in prices by quite a bit, and then we printed this candle right here on the weekly chart. Mind you, it's not a daily candle. This is a weekly candle. It has a lot more power than the daily candles, and this is a dragonfly doji. It's a trend reversal candle. It's when you see a very small body at the top, hopefully little to no wick, and then a very large wick at the bottom. This is a trend reversal to the upside. So that's precisely what Bitcoin does, right? It follows the facts. Men lie, women lie, the charts don't lie. So we ended up having a very large rally to the upside, which got everybody very, very excited. But let's look at the facts. So far, this candle has broken through this green line. Not a huge deal because this candle has not closed. I repeat, this candle has not closed. All right, so far what we know is that this broke through the green line, not a big deal. We know that the red line is the most important level in all of Bitcoin, period. That's not up for debate. You can look at every fact and every chart. This red line, the 200-week MA, played a major role in every single bear market, period. Not up for debate that that's the most critical level. And what's Bitcoin doing right now? It's showing weakness at that level, plain and simple. Has this candle closed? No. Do we have a large selling tail at the top? Yeah, we do. That's not good, plain and simple. This is a reversal candle. We had a reversal showing weakness so far. That has yet to close, but I'm just stating the facts. At the same time that our candle is showing weakness, we're up here at a triple top in the RSI. That has not closed yet, but I'm just explaining the facts that I see as we see them. Stochastic RSI is trying to have another cross up, but keep in mind, stochastic RSI clearly going down as price is clearly going up. Is that a good thing? No, it's not. Let's get to our next chart. And by the way, at the end of the video, I'm going to explain what I honestly think. But as I said before, we're Mr. Consistency. We've said the same thing for this entire time. Like, let's backtrack. Let's look at the big picture. Way back here, 9 months ago, in June of last year, we believed that Bitcoin bottomed. You can look at the charts here. 9 months ago, that sounded absolutely ludicrous. It sounded like the most craziest prediction ever, but it was based on the facts and the charts. 9 months ago, we bottomed here, we believe. We believe we double bottomed in November. And I'll tell you what, 9 months later, that hasn't been proven wrong. It hasn't been proven right, but it hasn't been proven wrong. And that would be the most brilliant call ever in Bitcoin. We called the bottom correctly in 2018, but there wasn't a war. There wasn't we are just getting out of a global pandemic. We had a war in our hand. We had inflation. We had interest rates. We had a global recession on our fingertips, and the world economy was collapsing, and people were calling for us to go substantially lower. We called for the bottom to be in literally like at that moment, at that day, because the charts were saying that that was our bottom. This was our 17.5 bottom. This was our second bottom with beautiful bullish divergence. 9 months later, I'm telling you, if it plays out, I deserve a Nobel Prize, because that would be the boldest call based on facts that we've ever had. So we'll see. The jury's still out. We don't know yet, but we're 9 months in. It's definitely looking good. Now let's continue. We've got on the daily chart here. This is where things get interesting. Pay attention to your screen here with rising prices, right? We had a high here, a higher high here, another higher high, another higher high, a fifth higher high, and then a sixth higher high. At the same time, our RSI made a high here, a lower high, our third lower high, our fourth lower high, our fifth lower high, our sixth lower high. Now, you tell me, is that a good thing? Price is going up, but our indicators are going down. This is called bearish divergence. Now, remind you, on our previous chart on the weekly, we had bullish divergence forming over 6 months. That's very strong. That's what brought us from 16K all the way up to 25 plus, when everyone's like, oh my God, we didn't see this coming. That means you need to follow our channel. We were covering it pound for pound, move for move, not what we hope is going to happen. I never tell you what you want to hear. You come to my channel and usually you're disappointed because I tell you consistently what you don't want to hear. You're coming here today and you want me to tell you it's going to 30K and 35K, and I'm telling you we have trouble. I never tell you what you want to hear. I tell you the facts and the charts. That's why you respect what I say, because you come here for straight up honesty. Our words are not paid for. We don't take sponsored ads. We don't have a ton of clicks down below where we have all of these, paid sponsors for click this and click that, leverage trade, this and that. Never. We've never taken money ever, and we never will. So I just tell you what the charts are saying, and this chart right here on the daily chart is screaming. We're still in the midst of our bearish divergence, and we've been forming it now for 2 months. We've been forming it for 2 months. This is not a good thing. How do we avoid it? We need the RSI on the daily to scream up here into the 80 range. When we do that, we will avoid what is inevitably going to play out. This divergence, I don't know if we're going to be able to avoid it. I will keep you posted on it, but this is where it stands right now. Here is a beautiful chart, and this is what I want you to watch. So obviously, Bitcoin is met with heavy resistance. That's not deniable. It's unequivocally a fact in the chart. Bitcoin is met with heavy resistance at what we've called the most critical level in Bitcoin. We've called it the most critical level in Bitcoin for a whole bunch of months. This is many, many months in the making that this has been our most critical level, and it still is. Now, as we fast forward, I want you to watch this. This is the 2-day chart. And on the 2-day chart, we have the 200 MA. And on the 200 MA on the 2-day chart, it's so beautiful, it's so clean, it's so crisp, it paints a very clear picture. Do you see what's happening here? Did you see what happened back here? Have you seen what happened during this bull run here? This level is critical, right? It holds critical support when the market is good. As soon as we break it and hold resistance and get rejected, it's not a good sign. We have battled up to this level for the first time in a long time. We haven't been above this level literally since Christmas time of 2021. Think about that for a second. Christmas 2021, we are above this level. That was the last time. What we need Bitcoin to do to really turn a corner in this bear market, keep in mind we're still in a bear market. I'll give my honest opinion in a moment as whether or not I've changed my perspective. But look, this is a critical level, and we're showing a large selling wick into this level. What we need Bitcoin to do is to get above this red line and hold its support. Where is this line at the moment? About 25.5K, 25.6K at the moment. All right, here is another indication of what Bitcoin needs to do. You see this wick here, this May 22 wick. This was bought up really heavily, right? We crashed down, it was bought up, and then we ultimately crashed down a while later, and then we held that precise level as resistance. Not once, not twice, 3 times. And when we held resistance 3 times, the longer you hold resistance at a critical level, you're going to get rejected down. You have to hold that critical level as support and break through and continue higher. If you continue to show weakness at a level on any time frame, you're going to get rejected. That we saw rejection, and then we battled back up to this level, and here we are today. Right up at that level, we need to be above here as support. Bitcoin has to do that in order to show strength. We have not shown strength yet. We can go on these nice rallies of 36%, but it's meaningless. These rallies are meaningless unless we hold critical levels of market structure as support. Plain and simple. Has Bitcoin done that yet? No. We can't argue any other way. It hasn't done that yet, plain and simple. So on this ADX and DI, what we see is a nice little cross up with our green. Green is good on top, okay? We need to let that digest for a moment and see where it's heading, but Bitcoin has to get above here on price. Now, when I say time and time again, I've said that we believe that the bottom is in. We believe that 9 months ago. We haven't changed our tune. We are Mr. Consistency, And we've said repeatedly, worst case scenario, Bitcoin could retest our base. If you're somebody who's wondering, what price is that? Steve always says retest our base. I'm going to cover that in the bonus video, the emergency bonus video that's going to be completely free to everyone on our email list. Make sure you go to cryptocrewuniversity.com, get on our email list. No hidden charges, no BS. We don't play those games. Completely free, tons of value to actually help people. I know it sounds crazy, but this is what we do. We've been doing this. This is our 6th year on YouTube. We just help people, provide value. This is free, no hidden charges. cryptocrewuniversity.com. Put your stuff in here, and I will cover this type of chart here, and this one here, and this one here. I'm going to cover what I think, including what prices I think we could test, all on the emergency bonus video that will be going out on Friday. So what you do is you come, you put your information here. You're going to get an email on Friday, and you'll sign in, and you'll see the video completely free, no hidden charges. Now, what do I honestly think is going to happen? As we've said for the past 9 months, we believe the bottom is in. You can clearly see this chart right here is still screaming that the bottom is in. Could that be null and void? We'll see. But so far, this is what we believe. We believe the worst case scenario is we can come down and retest our base. We also believe that this bear market is nearly over. The worst of it is done. We could have one final flush to retest our base just to shake out a whole bunch of weak hands. But the bull run, we believe, is going to start in 2023, even though that's highly debated by the world's top economists. They say that there's absolutely 0% chance, even negative chance, that that would even be a possibility. But the Bitcoin charts are screaming that 2023 will be the start of our bull run, that we are nearly done with the bear market, that we could have one final flush out. So this is what we've been saying for many, many months. We have not changed our tune. We will change our tune if new facts in the charts come in, but so far they haven't. So far the facts haven't changed. They've been very consistent. Bitcoin has been methodically following very, very, very consistent fractal patterns from 2015. And so far, it hasn't broken that. So now I do want to mention one other thing. Here on YouTube, you probably like my videos. YouTube can just terminate me anytime from YouTube. They can completely delete my channel, and I will have no way to contact you ever again. You'll never know where I am or what I'm doing because I don't own YouTube, unfortunately. They can just delete me whenever they feel, for whatever reason they want. I need to let that sink in, because if they wipe me from YouTube, they delete my whole channel, they delete everything that I have, I'm gone and you don't know how to get a hold of me. If you're on my email list, I own the email list. They can't take that from me. They can take my entire YouTube channel and every video I've ever made and all of the blood, sweat, and tears I put in there, but they can't take my email list. That's mine. So go on the email list. You're also going to get free weekly market reports of the behind the scenes of what's happening in the market, stuff I don't share on YouTube. So make sure you have this. This will be your best decision that you made today by a mile. cryptocrewuniversity.com and jump on here. I'll see you in the emergency bonus video tomorrow. Take care. Peace and love to the fellow underdogs. Do you want to know when to buy and when to sell? Click this video right now.